What's up, people? So, another little funny thing that used to happen at my congregation. It probably happened at some of y'all's too. But I was just talking to somebody about it this morning. Uh, there used to be people giving comments. Like there was a couple of different groups that gave comments that was funny because for different reasons. But one of the groups was like little kids. So they would some of them were so small, and it was like the parents were so proud that they were giving comments. So it'd be like it was normally during the watchtower study, and the conductor would call on them like, "Oh, okay, little Jimmy Watson," and Jimmy Watson would be like, "Jehovah," and you could only make out like one word, and then so there's a couple of different factions. So in one of the groups, the parents would like explain what he said. Like, well, he said we need to have faith and always trust in Jehovah, And then the conductor would say, "Oh, good job, good answer." Other times, another little group, the parents wouldn't explain nothing. So so the kid would just comment, "Hey, thank you, Jehovah," and then the conductor would say, "Okay, great job. Would anyone like to expand upon that a little bit?" And what he really meant was, would someone like to give the real answer? Because that little kid didn't say nothing. So it was hilarious to me. Like, and it got bad though because when he missed certain kids when they was raising their hands, and if the conductor missed them, he would the parents would be waiting for him like after the meeting, and so there'd be all these parents in line like coming up to him like, "Hey, you know, little Sammy tried to comment and you would not call on him. He raised his hand 5 times." And then he had a little book, so he said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll get you next time. I promise I'll get you next time." So he had to write their names down in the book. Problem is, there was such a contest and all these little kids trying to comment. He had too many names in the book. So like he had to call on so many kids during the next meeting to try to get to all the people that he promised he would get to, and it was just like comment after comment, and no one could understand what they were saying. It was like 3 or 4 years old, I don't know, but it was every meeting, and it just it was hilarious, but it made the meetings feel like they dragged on. I mean, I guess they didn't really drag on because if you got too far, they just stopped reading the paragraphs. But it just made things seem like they took forever to get through the Watchtower study. The other group that was kind of funny was like some of the people that were really old, or maybe had something going on medically or something. You couldn't understand what someone was saying, so they would be on there, and they would just it'd be like, he'd be like, "Okay, brother Jones there," and brother Jones would be like, and then that's it. And then they would just like the mic holder wouldn't know like when he was done, so he would just like he'd be standing there looking at him, and then he'd just look back at the mic holder like, and it'd be like an uncomfortable little staring contest for a second. Then finally, I guess they just said, "Okay, he must be done." Took the mic away, but normally the conductor would just take whatever the answer was they just gave. They would just take it as the right answer, and they would just say, "Okay, good job. Let's move on to the next paragraph." And no one even knew what they said. Like it was crazy. It was funny, but it was a little weird, when you brought somebody to the meeting that wasn't a witness, and for the first time, and they were experiencing this, and you're like, "Man, what are these people even saying, man?" And you don't know, so you're like, "I don't know," but you're telling them, "Hey, come hear this. It's a different, it's the true religion," you know what I mean? But it was funny hearing the kids and the older people. Some of them weren't even older. Some people just, I guess we had a few different kind of individuals, in our congregation. But just hearing them give their answers and the way that the Watchtower conductor handled it, the way the parents handled it, it just used to be real funny. Just thought I'd share that real quick. I like, when these little funny things that came up that I remember come to mind, I like to just share because I'm sure people have some other experiences, out there. Just giving people kind of another side. It's not always, doom and gloom with the ex-witnesses. Sometimes you can laugh a little bit. Leave me a comment if you had something similar.